Hi guys, I'm RiggyRob and welcome back to some more Enter the Gungeon. I did briefly think about playing some Smash Bros. Ultimate today because Piranha Plant has just been released, but I've been hearing some things about people having issues with their save data after using Piranha Plant in All-Star mode, and I figured, yeah, I'm not going to risk that. Not going to risk that. So instead I decided, let's try doing the Resourceful Rat once more and see if we can finish off that Punch-Out boss fight. So yeah, same plan as last time. I'm going to use the pilot, mainly because they're good for the end game, and I need to have as many resources as possible for the mid game for getting to Resourceful Rat. So let's go! And yeah, I'm hoping this one will go a little bit better than last time. I got up to the Punch-Out fight last time, but didn't actually beat him. So I ended up just doing the rest of the run as normal, and ended up getting Lead God and beating Bullet Hell. And I was very surprised at that. Also, you might notice that I have added the speedrun mode on. I know some people like seeing how long you've taken to complete a certain level, get to a certain point. I'm not a really big, speedrunner. In fact, I think speedrunning is actually a bit kind of boring. Having to pick a particular game and then figuring out what the best way to kind of, not always break it, but the best way to abuse it is to try and, complete it as quickly as possible. And I just don't think that's actually fun. Obviously some people do. And, doing awesome games done quick and summer games done quick and other things like that is great because, highlights just how skillful speedrunners are or can be. And also it kind of highlights the weirdness of certain glitches in games. It's always really interesting to see glitches like, I don't know, Super Mario 64 where you phase through doors and walls and, send yourself flying by using the physics engine and so on. I actually find it kind of interesting. There is also the other side of that, where the people doing the speedruns have a tendency to call the developers lazy for not actually fixing a glitch that they are abusing for their record run. And I think that's wrong because, as always, there is not anything in the creation of a game to suggest that a developer is lazy. More likely it's they knew that this was an issue, or they may not have spotted it, but because it was such a small issue they didn't consider it a major problem for people playing the game. And the other option is they probably didn't have the time or the money or the budget to fix the issue. Because there's only a certain finite amount of resources you can spend on fixing something before it kind of has to, be released and be a full-fledged game. And I realize I'm doing pretty poorly on these stages, these rooms here. But I do need to make sure I do this room perfectly. There we go. So now I can unlock the oubliette. And that is imperative for getting to the Resourceful Rat, so I just need to make sure I don't break the barrel. Let's see, can I push it that way? Yeah, there we go. I'm always a bit wary of pushing doors, tables and desks over next to the water barrel because I have a feeling it can break it, but not 100% sure on that. So yeah, when it comes to anything not being the way that people expect, chances are it isn't because of a lack of talent or a lack of hard work, or, you know, it is mainly due to people don't have the time or they don't have the money. And, you know, they probably wanted to fix the issue, but they just couldn't. And it takes a lot to realize that. And that's why I've said it last time, but the developers of this game have done an excellent job in terms of supporting this game and making sure that, you know, the crashes on the Switch version are being patched out. Just sort of stability across each and every version of the game. You know, because some people make a game and then they just leave it. You know, they never touch it again. They've made their game and that's all they need. Right, I'm going to buy this key, and then when we get to the secret door over there, we can open it up. Now I'm debating whether to use my lockpick on the brown chest. I think I might wait until I see the other chest at least. Because if there's 2 brown chests, then using it on one doesn't really matter that much. But if there's a black chest or a red chest, then I would probably want to open that up, depending on what's inside. Hopefully something good, but chances are it won't be. So, let's go this way. Got some hollow points to worry about. And there we go. Avoid those. So Pilot, I said, is great for endgame because he can accumulate so many resources because of his lockpick, which just gives them a chance to open up chests, assuming the recharge has been completed. And it's also the fact that he can hold items, so he's got an extra item pouch holder slot, I guess, compared to the normal characters which only have the one. And yeah, he also gets the discount on the shops, so he can actually buy stuff at a lower rate. So the key that I bought earlier was actually a low one. So, okay. I think I'm going to use the lockpick on the brown chest? Yeah, brown chest. If I'm successful with this, there's a chance it has a key inside, and then I might be able to open up the blue chest as well. So, yeah, okay. Okay, not great. Slightly better than the pilot's pistol, the starting pistol, but still not fantastic overall. But hey, at least it's another weapon, so... Okay, so we have Gatling Gun. And this is something I was going to come on to later on in the stream. If I'm unsuccessful in beating Resourceful Rat, I was thinking of doing Boss Rush, and I'll try and do kind of like explanations of how to beat the bosses flawlessly, or, you know, avoiding as much damage as possible. So if we don't beat Resourceful Rat, or I die before then, I guess, I think I'll move on to doing that as like a, you know, just break it up, have a bit of variety in the stream. But yeah, Gatling Gun, I think I talked about it last time, or did I have Trigger Twins last time? I forget. But basically, this layout for Gatling Gun is one of the easiest you can do. I mean, I'm using the lowercase r as a weapon, and, you know, Gatling Gun is not even getting anywhere close to touching me. And that's basically just because you do, like, peekaboo, hide and seek behind the pillar. Like, there is no way he can touch me behind this pillar. It's only when he moves around and flies to another side of the room and decides to shoot grenades at you, or rockets, I guess, that it actually makes a difference. So yeah, all you have to do is avoid the explosions, you know, keep an eye on where the cursors are, avoid that one because that can do a rebound. Ooh, okay, just make sure not to panic and don't dodge roll too hastily. Keep your distance as much as you can, and even with a terrible weapon like the lowercase r, you can defeat Gatling Gun flawlessly without even using any blanks. So there you go. That is Gatling Gun beaten. Master round, thank you. Sticky crossbow, yeah, that's okay. And armor and heart. So, didn't get another key, so I'm gonna have to smash this blue chest open now. Hopefully it's got something good. Hey, look at that, a map. Oh, okay. That's handy, actually. So, basically, trade a blank for a piece of armor. That's decent. Any other ones? Any other secret rooms? I don't think so. Nah, okay. Alright, well then. Let's just double check the shop. Although I'm probably not going to buy anything. Yeah. Ah, the cell creep. So, is there something I want to sell to him? Probably not, actually. I need the master round for beating the rats, so... Well, we'll just mosey on along to the oubliette then, shall we? Okay, so there we go. One thing I do need to be mindful of, actually, on Boss Rush is that you don't do the secret bosses in Boss Rush. You do basically all of the, the possible bosses of each of the 5 floors, and then that's it. You stop at Dragon. So you don't actually get a chance to practice the Blobulon Lord, the True King in the Abbey of the True Gun. What's it called? It's not Bullet King. Old King, maybe? Something like that. And also, obviously, you don't get to practice Resourceful Rat, and you don't get to practice the Lich either. We've got Harry here. Thanks for joining the stream, Harry. How are you doing today? Just talking about boss rush mode in Enter the Gungeon. I don't know if you've ever played Enter the Gungeon, but I've played lots of it. In fact, I think Sony did a... you know those promotional emails they send out? Regarding how long you've played games for and so on? So they do like a little promotional video to say, hey, these are the games you spent most of your time on. And it turned out that my #1 game was Bloodborne, and that's kind of obvious because Pimmsy and I both have played Bloodborne multiple times. We got the platinum for it and everything. The next one was Dark Souls 3. Again, makes sense. We've got all the endings for it. Haven't got the platinum for it, funnily enough. Mainly because to get the platinum, you need to, buy all the spells and get all the rings, and it's just like, that's kind of just a time-wasting exercise. And then third on the list was Enter the Gungeon. And I was not surprised about that at all, because, again, I've played Enter the Gungeon quite a bit. So... oh, you have played Enter the Gungeon. 270 hours in it. Interesting. So, maybe you would actually be able to give me some tips on how to beat the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out fight. Because that is the goal of the stream today. And I have yet to do it. I've done the first 2 phases of the Resourceful Rat boss fight. But still not actually managed to get the Punch-Out bit down. Alright, let's see what we got. Compass, key. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Ah, well, never mind. Like I said, I wasn't really bothered about going to the Abbey of the True Gun. But if we do like a boss series, then I guess eventually I will have to. Not sure what the format of a boss video tutorial thing is going to look like in Enter the Gungeon, because a lot of it is dependent on how good your weapon actually is. But yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The punch-out part of the fight is a bit tricky. Yeah, I know. I've been trying to, figure it out. I've seen a couple of videos online about, oh, you need to hit him when he's glowing yellow, and... do I want to use a key on here? I'll use it. Bloodied Scarf. Okay. So, as you guys can probably tell... Ooh, there's a secret room here too. Not great. As you guys can probably tell, I'm playing on console. I've got the PlayStation 4 version. And Bloody Scarf is not great. Not for a console player. So, I've seen a couple of things online about how to use the Bloodied Scarf effectively. And one of them is you can use it as like a snapback point, as you can see what I'm doing here. And the other one is just to basically spam it, because you delete bullets upon arriving. So I'm going to try and see if that works out. So the question is, can I actually fire bullets while teleporting? And it looks like I can't. So maybe spamming it is not going to work. It might get me out of a couple of situations. Oubliette is actually quite tricky, so I guess Bloody Scarf will come in handy for that. But I might be tempted to drop it when facing bosses. I don't know yet. At the very least, it will affect how I approach the Blobulon Lord in terms of trying to do them flawlessly. Ah, yeah, you haven't managed to kill Resourceful Rat yet. Okay. Well, maybe, depending on the types of resources I get during this run, I might be able to show kind of the general gist of the strategy I have for Resourceful Rat, if not, you know, actually demonstrate how to do it. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Who is my favorite character? My favorite character? Well, it's kind of hard to say. Like, the one character I don't like using is the Convict, and that's pretty self-explanatory because the Convict has their budget revolver, they've got their sawed-off shotgun, they have a Molotov cocktail active item, and an enraging photograph passive item. And the passive item only comes into effect if you actually get hit, and that's pretty bad because you're trying to avoid getting hit most of the time. I think I like the Marine because they're just kind of like a standard character to use. You know, they've got piece of armor, they have an accuracy bonus, you know, things like that. But I have to say the pilot is probably my most used one for normal runs, I guess. Mainly just because the lockpick item is just, you know, amazing in combination with the shop discount and the extra item slot. It's just, you know, just overall pretty good. Getting hit with the blade scarf. I might drop this. Oh, there's even a better chest as well. Okay. Well, we'll see what we get as we clear out this floor. Yeah, the Convict's rubbish. I think the Convict's used for speedruns because the double damage after getting hit does come in handy for that. But otherwise, I just don't think there's any redeeming, you know, features about her. Funnily enough, I think the Convict should have disarming personality because they're a convict. Maybe call it something else, like intimidating personality or something. But I think the Convict should have the discount, not the pilot. And the pilot, again, is balanced out by the fact that they have a lockpick, the extra item capacity. They've got a terrible gun, but that shouldn't be a problem, really, because you'll be able to swap that out for a different one as soon as you open a chest. But yeah, I think that would be an overall improvement to the Convict. The Hunter is good for boss rush, I've found, mainly because they've got one of the better starting weapons. And I do have the two secret characters. I don't know if you know who those are yet, Big Harry. Yeah, the pilot's charismatic, but I don't think that should necessarily, you know, translate into gameplay advantages. Or at least, that's how I'd balance it, at least. I mean, the pilot is fine to have the advantages, but the Convict just has nothing going for her, really. Right, so this is Blobby Lord. I said I was going to do this as like a tutorial how to beat them flawlessly, but I kind of skipped the cutscene, so never mind. So I'm using the sticky crossbow, and as always, the trick is just to, you know, stay a certain distance away and don't get too overeager in dodge rolling. So the other characters for Enter the Gungeon, I mentioned the Hunter. She has a sidearm, rusty sidearm, and a crossbow. And also has a dog as a passive item that can find like rewards after clearing a room. So I find that the dog doesn't actually trigger a lot. I know it's only a 5% chance, but still it's kind of one of those things like, oh, I wish the dog did a bit more. Like even if it was like the wolf character and it did, you know, attacking enemies, but again that'd be too strong for like a starting item, I guess. But I like the Hunter because her crossbow is an excellent like boss killer for the first floor, and you can actually use that up to maybe floor 2, I think, to one-shot enemies. It just, you know, pretty good overall, I would say. I'm out of those, so let's switch to lowercase r. See, I managed to destroy some of the bullets from the Blobulon attack there. Didn't mean to, actually, because I would have thought that would actually hurt me, but again, that's the advantage of the Blood Scarf, is that it destroys bullets upon appearing. Bullet is my favourite character, so that's one of the secret characters in Enter the Gungeon, and Robot is my second favourite, says Big Harry. Yeah, I like Bullet a lot. The no contact damage is really useful, especially for things like challenge mode, because you get like globulins chasing after you and stuff like that. I'm not going to buy anything from the shop, but I could do some testing for secret rooms. Maybe over here? Nah, okay, never mind. Yeah, I like the robot. The armor thing is unique, so it makes it, you know, not as much of a hassle doing curse runs, but at the same time, you can't, like, just buy health upgrades, and health items don't work the same way, and it's just like, basically it's hard mode. But I like the robot. The starting item for the robot is very good. And in fact, if I was not going to use the hunter for boss rush, I would use the robot, because their item is just so good. The bullet, I'm not a massive fan of, but again, like I said, the no contact damage is very useful. And when it comes to blasphemy, that can actually just trivialize bosses, and that's like not something I particularly like, because it actually makes you get sloppy. Like, you get lazy playing as the bullet, because you don't do dodge rolls to avoid attacks. Interesting room. Wonder why there was a D in candles. Also, as you can probably tell, the weapons I have managed to find so far have not been fantastic. So one thing I would like the developers of the game to change is to reduce the cost of the Nord key. Mainly because I think 115 for floor 3 is too much. But also because it just stops you from playing the game normally. Like, I know I'm trying to do Resourceful Rat Punch-Out fight, and that is my goal, but like, it just stops you from being able to, you know, buy ammo, health, keys, pretty much anything available. And just like, kind of wish it was just, maybe if it was 100 or maybe even 75, because that still represents a decent amount of money to spend on the key. I mean, ideally, I think what you'd do is you'd have... hello, Key9. How are you doing? I think you'd have the Nord key cost 999 coins initially, and then it'd be free every single time after you've bought it. No taking damage, okay. Yeah, I should be able to do no taking damage. Yeah. Blasphemy is so strong, super powerful starting weapon, and Big Harry says, I steal the Nord key 50% of the time. Well, that's kind of dependent on being able to steal, and that's not very often, I've found. Like, there are more items than you'd think that are capable of, you know, stealing, but in my experience, I haven't actually picked them up enough to say. Also, where is this room? Is it this room? This is the one they want? Because that's a mean trick to pull. It's asking to take no damage in a trap room. Alright, let's go to the shopkeeper first. I don't think I'm going to get my 18 coins back now. So yeah, plenty of keys, can't buy any of them yet. Crown of Guns is a lot better when you can actually aim the bullets, but this is kind of the worst way to use Crown of Guns. Well. Much better in open rooms like this. There we go, and then push you off, I guess. So I've taken damage. I don't know if that counts towards Man Cervantes or not. I guess we'll find out. Ow, Kenai, stop it. just got him clambering on my lap at the moment. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, okay, you settle down then. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave this chest for the time being because I don't know if I can actually buy it. Buy a key to open it, rather. Alright, so get into the middle, I guess. Alright, you're knocked off. Just murderate you. You're dead. Okay. I guess it must be the trap room that they say complete without taking damage. Huh. Weird. Can I talk to you again, or... Wow, okay. Oh, it must have tried to, like, say, clear the room without taking damage, but I actually must have cleared it because it's a trap room. Moonscraper, is that it? Really? I'm getting terrible weapons. Alright, now I can buy the key, though. So I'll get that out of the way. Because there's no stealing items I found, so... There we go. And let's now try doing this way. It only counts for the quest room for Mansavantes. Yeah, weird. Not sure what caused that to bug out then, but hey ho. Not complaining. Alright, so that's the Lead Maiden. Okay. It's always a bit dicey when you have a room with a Lead Maiden in. Okay, so that's 21. Brown chest. Ooh, Mimic Tooth Necklace. Oh, I don't have the money to buy 2 keys. Ah, that's annoying. I've got the money to buy 1 key after clearing out this final room here. But I actually want to go this way. Good luck killing the rat with those weapons. I know, that's terrible. Jeez, okay. Well, I can't buy 2 keys, so it's worth me testing out the lockpick on this one. Ugh, Plague Pistol? Not even a good item. Okay. And it takes 26, and I can't get any more money. Something tells me I'm not going to be able to beat the resourceful rat on this run. It's going pretty bad. RNG has been against me. Alright, let's see. Moonscraper, I guess? Depending on the boss. Yeah, Moonscraper will work for Gorgon. So, let's just let's get rid of all the gravestones. There we go. I don't even need to move that much from Gorgon. Oh, wow. Huh. I thought I had managed to blink through the stone wave. Interesting. So I guess blinking through doesn't technically count as dodge rolling through? Alright, just avoid the poison a little bit. Might need to move in a little bit more. Nah, good. I love seeing Gorgon as the boss for the second floor. Makes me feel great. Yeah, so blinking through the stone wave doesn't actually count as dodge rolling through the stone wave, so you will still get hit by it. Huh. That's odd. Wonder why they made that happen. Just dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. There, turn away that time. There we go. Good weapon? Really? Book of Chest Anatomy? Right, what does this give me for synergy? Controlled demolition. Research. Oh, lowercase r, really? Oh. Well, alright. Can't actually... I can buy a key. So... just do a quick check first. Yeah, okay. So, I can buy a key. Is it worth trying to buy something from... Is it worth buying a brick of cash to try and find a secret room in order to get another 2 keys or more? Or is it just... You know what? I think I'll just open the green chest. This will be an item, so it should be something decent. Hey, that's not bad. Space friend. Okay. Well, this is going to be an interesting run for Resourceful Rat. Let's go, shall we? You can open chests with the lowercase r when you fire on a chest? Tell you what, if I don't find 3 keys on this floor, I will try that out. But lowercase r in a chest. It's worth a go at least, because not anything else I can do. Alright. Scrape away. Ah, right. Ammo's back. So, I think sticky crossbow is the most important item I've got. So let's switch back to Moon Scraper. Hello? Just bounce these away. Forget how weak Moon Scraper is. Beam weapons in general are not fantastic in this game. They don't do enough damage for how much ammo they take. And considering that you can't fire while dodge rolling, or can't charge them up while dodge rolling, they just get even worse. I would always prefer a rapid fire weapon to a beam weapon, I would say. If the player has the book of chest anatomy, the words chest and mimic are spelled out by lowercase r, and the gun can unlock chests. It should work. Cool. So there's 1 key. Get the key. There we go. So that will be used to open up the hatch, I think. So you're out of ammo now. Let's use Plague Pistol. Again, Plague Pistol, terrible weapon, but it's worthy of its rank, which is D. And you can get some interesting synergies for it. Okay, so where do we need to go? Let's go right. Ooh, trap room. I don't like trap rooms. It's quite interesting that they decided to add trap rooms to the game, and I can see why they did that, but still, not a fan of them. Especially on turbo mode, where you're going so fast that there is literally no way of... Hey, another key, nice. There is literally no way of knowing if there's going to be a trap in front of you until you're already hit by it. Alright, so... Alright, so let's move on. No one has ever liked trap rooms. Well, I can see some people liking them as like a platforming test of their abilities. Because it is quite interesting to figure out, how do I get through this room without actually taking any damage? And it's just like you figure out the timing of how the platforms work, and, you know, it's interesting from a puzzle perspective, but just not in a general gameplay perspective. Alright, oh, we got gunbow, can't use that. Secret wall, maybe? And another key, another piece of armor. Well, looks like I might be able to get 3 keys after all. Alright, depending on how rare the chest is, I might try lowercase r on it. Phantomastic says, you can teleport through walls of the heroes. Ah! That is a good point. I can. Or at least I should be able to. So... No, it doesn't seem like I can teleport through this one. So maybe there's not a secret wall there. So... It's worth testing out in the chest room, though. Thanks for joining the stream, by the way, Phantomastic. How are you doing today? Let's go down here. Plague pistol away! Hey, look at that. Free blank. No, that's actually going to make a difference because I still need to use a blank for the hatch to the room. And also, the blanks will reset after I get down there anyway, so... Room clear? Okay, so where is this hatch? Where is... Oh, you rat. Okay. Ah, here it is. Cool. So, uncover the hatch. Yep, that's open now, so... No? Not yet? Keep going? Yeah, there we go. Okay, keep exploring the floor. Let's swap out this for something else. I guess Crown of Guns? Not the greatest room clearing weapon ever, but it's worth a go. There we go. The pistol is literally F tier. I know, and I'm trying to save the ammo of my good weapons and not use it to clear out rooms, but, you know. I am doing pretty poorly on good weapons here. Hey, another key, nice. Wow, okay. I am definitely using the key on this one. Ooh, well then. Platinum bullets. I see, I see. Maybe it's not worth that. Use that, and then... So, did we find another chest? No, yeah, okay. Let's go over here. Big Harry says, I like the Plague Pistol more than most D-tier weapons. I don't know, I mean, D-tier's got some good stuff. It's got Casey, it's got the normal shotgun, I think. Yeah, there's some... I think it's got the plunger as well, or the... What's it called? The Super Soaker one? That's a decent weapon to have. If only for the synergies. At least it's got a high rate of fire, because there's nothing worse than a gun that is slow and fires, doesn't do a lot of damage. Alright, so we've got a brown chest here. Is that Mimic? Ah, it does work! Nice! Okay. So just double check. Oh, open it up. Hey, the Scrambler! See, that's a good weapon to have. Right, let's change that off for now. Also, at least the... Ooh, hello. Ooh. Yeah, you know what? I can use my key for this, because I've already used it to open up the hatch down there. There's no other keys on the floor, no other chests on the floor, so yeah, why not? Ah, Mimic! Didn't check if it was didn't check. Should have checked.
Mimic, chest, mimic, chest, mimic.
Let's peace out, shall we?
Mimic, chest, mimic. Chest.
Okay, what do you do? Alien sidearm? Oh, okay. Alright, okay. I am going to try doing the boss of this floor. What's the best weapon for that? I might try with alien sidearm, why not? I'm going to keep as many blanks as I can so that I can use them for the resourceful rat. I know I need to use at least 2. So, yeah. Just do a double check for secret rooms here. Nope. Nope. Wait. Yeah, nope. Where's the other chest room? Here. Nope. And there can't be one on the other side of there. Killed with his own name, poor Mimic. Yeah, I feel sorry for the Mimic. He was locked behind a cell door, by the way. Oh, High Priest, okay. Actually, it's not High Priest, it's Mind Flayer. A sinister bell rings! The bell tolls for thee. Well, at least I got my handy space friend giving me a hand here. Still haven't decided if I'm going to drop Bloodied Scarf for the resourceful rat fight. Let's avoid the bouncers. avoid this running C4. Go away! Stop chasing me! This is actually going a lot better than I thought it would. I think the alien sidearm is actually pretty decent. Oh, jinxed it. Almost flawlessed it. Almost. But hey, 2 pieces of armor is pretty decent out of it. And incendiary bullets. Cool. Alright, so we'll have another look at the shopkeeper. Another piece of armor. Don't see why not. And then the gun muncher will sell some crappy stuff. Maybe not crown of guns. Plague pistol and something else. Yeah, moon scraper. Hey, that's decent. Barrel? Yeah. And might as well buy the glass Gungeon stones. They'll probably break pretty soon going into the hatch, but better using the money for that than nothing. So, alrighty, down we go. And we'll head off to the Resourceful Rat's lair. So, Phantomastic, if you've got any tips on how to beat the Resourceful Rat Punch-Out boss fight, let me know, and I will try and take that on board, because that is kind of the goal of the stream today. And yeah, just basically any other tips you've got, let us know. Alright, so use this one here. Oh, right. Okay. Right. That has solidified this as getting dropped. So, what's dropped? Triangle? Yeah. Fuck you. I don't need you, Scarf. It's just awful. Hate it so much. There we go. What should I use to clear up rooms? Probably alien sidearm, right? No, I think I'll stick with barrel, actually. God. I can't believe I took damage because the bloodied scarf didn't push me forward enough. Phantomastic says I'm literally the worst at that fight. Ah, well. At least you'll be able to offer us emotional support then. Yeah. I think Bloodied Scarf and the Super Hot Watch are the only items I tend to try and not pick up if I can. The Bloodied Scarf for reasons that you probably just saw there, and then the Super Hot Watch just because it makes things so long. Alright, so let's check our infuriating notes. Infuriating note, so right, left, down. Right, left, down. Oh, do I have a synergy with the barrel? That looks good. So right, left, down. Scarf is good on PC. Yeah, I can imagine, but unfortunately, I am not playing on PC. Explosions! Explosions everywhere! Come on. Done? Done. Okay. So right again. Ah, easy room. Cool. So now I need to go left. Yeah, there we go. Stun spiders. And once this spider's dead, it'll be down. Ooh, skeletons. I think I need skeleton for Frightful and the Grey Mouser. And this barrel is coming very handy. Okay, and then now, after going down, I need to go... is it left? Yeah, left. Okay, cool. Oh, lead maidens, really? Well, at least I stunned one. There we go. Left once more. Okay, so let's get that. Let's get this. Alright, so that's recovered. What else needs full? Alien sidearm, I guess. So, what do I want to use for this? Scrambler? Scrambler or barrel? Maybe even alien sidearm. I'll try Scrambler. Okay, let's go! Resourceful rat time. I was just getting warmed up before, now I'll melt you! Master Thief, Resourceful Rat. So, I don't actually... Oh, you can actually hit him, because the incendiary bullets worked. Interesting. So, as you can probably see, the initial move the rat does is to, like, target you with the cheese. So the way to avoid that is just to roll to the left. You know, basically the direction that the cheese is coming from. And this phase, you actually need a bit of balls just to stand right in front of him. Because you can avoid getting hit. Alright, taking a few hits, but that's fine. Stay in between. Alright, Scrambler is pretty good. Scrambler is good. Yeah. Okay, so 3 hearts, 3 blanks. Yeah, I should be able to do this. Do 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 do. Alrighty. Metal Gear Rex, anyone? I think if I can burn him over time as well. Yeah, I think that's going to help. Okay, so with this phase, you kind of just want to avoid and then jump into the middle of the circles, although I am messing up some of the jumps. I actually hate this particular part of the fight because I don't know how to avoid that, really. But yeah, this one's not too bad. You just roll into the wall. I think he's going to do like laser, yeah, and then you just avoid the fire on the floor. And then these ones are a bit annoying because they break when you hit the wall. Break up into more bullets. So I don't think I've seen that stomp attack before. Don't burn alive. I'm the one that wants to burn you, rat. Okay, so just keep on moseying along. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that stomp attack before. Oh shit, I'm only on 1 heart. Okay. This is gonna get dicey. Come on, Scrambler. Help me! 1 blank left. Is this stomp? No, it's his rockets. Okay. Ooh, I don't like this. This is getting close. Don't like this, don't like this, don't like this. Whoa. Ooh. Avoid the stomp. Just roll through the fire. No! Oh, God damn it. Well, the weapons I had weren't great. Killed by your head not being in the game. Kind of, actually. A little bit. Okay, 45 minutes. Alright. So I think, like I said, I'm going to break this up and do boss rush. Kind of do like a tutorial version of how to do boss rush. And then, if we've got time, we'll do another attempt on the rat. Oh, I'm kind of annoyed at that. I feel if I, played better, I could have done that. But anyway. Okay, so we're going to try and do boss rush mode. And we'll do like a how-to of how to do all the bosses. And for this, I'm going to pick the Hunter. Because, as I said before, she has the crossbow, which I think is the best starting item out of all of the main characters. I'm going to ignore the secret characters for that, even though you can see them clearly on the screen. So let's go to boss rush mode, and we'll do how to beat the bosses. It costs 3 hegemony credits every single time to do it. But that's fine, I've got plenty. I'm not using them for anything else at the moment, so yeah. Dum 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 da dum. Okay, Keep of the Lead Lord. So this is floor 1. We're going to use the crossbow for this first fight. And the first fight will be against Gatling Gull. Alright, so Gatling Gull has different rooms depending on the RNG. And this time we've got the one with the pits. And the one with the pits is a bit annoying because you can't freely move throughout the area. And you'll see why in a minute. Just enjoy Gatling Gull's introduction cutscene. The Rapid Fire Raptor. So for this, I like to take out the barrels as soon as possible, mainly because they just cause a nuisance later on. And when he has moved away from you and tries to attack you from above with the rockets, that's your best chance to do damage to him. And you can abuse the fact that there are pits on this room layout just to stay a certain distance away from him, and you just don't need to worry about dodge rolling across. So I'm going to do that now. Luckily, they also give you a table on each side of the pit. He's also dodged across there to try and do some more. So again, you just kind of, do as much damage as you can while he stood still. Jump back across the pit. Use the table. Hide behind the table for a bit if you need to. And just keep doing damage. Should be done pretty soon. If he goes towards you, you move away. And that is Gatling Gold done flawlessly in a minute and a half. And there's the master round for it. So get the unfinished gun, save the heart for later, and didn't even use a blank for that fight as well. So that's Gatling gun done flawlessly with no blanks. Okay, so let's move on to the second boss of the boss rush. This will be the Trigger Twins. So the Trigger Twins are a little bit harder than Gatling Gun in the fact that you have to concentrate on 2 different targets. And you'll see that this can be a problem if you get caught in the middle of them. You want to focus your fire on one of them, and the one you want to focus on is the one wearing shades. And the reason for that is because shades has a more annoying attack pattern. Where you can see that the smiley one actually did a spread of bullets there. But that is actually fairly easy to avoid because you just, go around in a circle strafe them. But you can see that the Shades version of the Trigger Twins actually has kind of a side-to-side movement of their attacks. So, let's see, let's take down that. Yep, there we go. So you'll also have noticed that there were some normal bulletkin enemies during the fight, and that's because they summon them in when they do a whistle. And now, Smiley has a unique mechanic in that he is enraged and does more damage when he, does his attacks. But yeah, that's Shades and Smiley, the Trigger Twins, done flawlessly with no blanks. So yeah, woo. Okay, so move on to the last boss of the first floor. So this will be the Bullet King, I believe. And he's got his trusty Chancellor by his side. Yeah, the crossbow has been pretty useful for this. Yes, in the Lead Throne, Bullet King. And this is why I like using the Hunter for kind of boss rush mode, because once you get a good gun, you can beat the bosses and it'll snowball quite well. So the trick to doing Bullet King is to try and keep him towards the top of the arena, because when he does an attack that, a big glowing bullet fired above him, it will actually be, blocked by the top of the stage. So that actually applies to a lot of bosses in this game, in that you want to keep them above you rather than below you. And I ended up getting hit there, but that's fine. I ended up getting hit there as well, but that's fine as well. So yeah, you kind of just want to keep them towards the top of the arena so that you are below them, mainly because of the way the game's camera works. If you're above them and you're looking down, it doesn't work quite as well. And that is Bullet King defeated, not flawlessly. I did end up using blanks. Wow, briefcase of cash on boss rush mode. Huh. Well, that's, not handy, but at least you get 3 hegemony credits out of it. So I've got what I spent back on boss rush mode. So yeah, that is Bullet King beaten in, I don't know, a minute, maybe? But not flawlessly. Oh, hey. Whoa, where are you going? You're stuck. Can I get you? Let's see. No, I can't get you. Oh, maybe. Can kind of get him. He's stuck. Oh, and there's a piece of armor there as well. Can't even get it. Alright, well. We'll move on. So, moving on to the second floor. Okay, so we're on the second floor, Gungeon proper. I've run out of ammo on my crossbow, so I'm now having to use the pox cannon. But, as always, the techniques of how to beat the bosses will apply no matter what. So the first boss of this should be the Beholster. And the Beholster has quite a few different attacks he can use, but they should all be fairly easy to avoid. The Evil Eye Beholster. So we'll see him in a minute. So I managed to poison him straight away. So he's got his couple of missiles, so you just want to shoot those down as quickly as possible. Usually takes 2 hits to do that. When he fires off his eye laser, you just want to dodge towards where it's coming from, so you get a bit of time to avoid it from the other side. The blue orb that he shot off at the start of the fight has actually morphed into a beholder. So I had to use a blank there just to make myself get a bit of room to avoid it. But yeah, you just keep your distance, you just dodge, roll to the side to avoid the eye laser. The fact that he summons in beholders is annoying because they can overlap with his attacks, and you want to get rid of them as soon as possible if you can. But also make sure you're not, endangering yourself by getting hit by missiles and, falling into the pit as well, because that is another worry as well. You don't get a full arena to work with here. But yeah, just, keep the pressure up on him, and he's dead. There we go. So, had to use a blank on that, but that is Beholster done flawlessly with a master round. Okay, moving on to the next boss of Boss Rush. So this should actually be a more difficult boss, I would say. One of the hardest in the game. Have I played Doom 2016? No, I haven't actually. I'm not a massive fan of first-player perspective games. I've seen and heard that it's quite good, but yeah, not really talked about it that much because it's not something I'm all that interested in. Doom Eternal, though, looks really good, though. So this boss is Amoconda, and this is considered one of the hardest bosses in the game to try and get flawlessly, but I'm going to try it with the Pox Cannon. So the main difficulty about Amoconda is the fact that it has a very unpredictable movement pattern. Shell Serpent Amoconda. So the trick to Amoconda is to stay as far away as possible, but that applies to all bosses really. Amoconda also has these little pellets, or segments that come up in the stage, and if he manages to hit them, or eat them rather, he gets a boost to his damage and his movement speed. So yeah, you kind of want to avoid that happening, but that happened almost instantly for me. So otherwise, you just want to avoid his attacks via dodge rolling when it comes to those side-to-side attacks there. But usually if you keep your distance, you'd be fine. But I've been messing that up quite horribly. So yeah. So let's see. Yeah, he's going to get another segment. Another annoying thing about Amoconda's segment stuff is the fact that he recovers health. I say a he, I don't know if it is a he. He recovers health as well as getting, the movement speed upgrade and everything else. So yeah. So that's Amoconda beaten, but not done flawlessly, which is what I wanted. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna replenish the Pox Cannon's ammo rather than the crossbow. Okay, so next boss. Next boss is the easiest of the second floor. We talked about it earlier, but this is the Gorgon, or the Gun Witch, wielding her Med-Uzis. And the reason why... Accursed Gun Witch, rather. Accursed Gun Witch, the Gorgon. The reason why the Gorgon is one of the easiest bosses is because her attack patterns give you plenty of time to, avoid and recover. So with these Uzi attacks, you just want to try and keep your distance and roll through them as necessary. That is a wave that turns you to stone, so you can't fire your gun. But it's easy enough to avoid it by dodge rolling through, or even just turning around. And you'll also notice that she doesn't actually have a lot of health. So yeah, you can just, avoid these attacks. For this stage, what you want to do is just weave in and out, but you need to stay a certain distance towards her, otherwise you will get caught by the closing in part of the bullet wave. And that is actually just literally the same as one of the Bullet King's attacks, where you just dodge side to side and you're good. I actually trapped myself a little bit there. But that is Medusa. I just got the 7-leaf clover on a boss rush run. Wow. But yeah, that is the Gorgon done flawlessly. Let's replenish the crossbow. God, this game loves taunting you with the 7-leaf clover and boss rush mode. Okay. Wonder why we're getting some dropped frames. What's going on? OBS, are you okay? Yeah, OBS, you're okay. Alright, well let's move on to the next floor. Also, I realize that this is a weird format to have as like a how-to video kind of thing. But that's just because I don't often get a chance to record like how-to tutorial stuff. Yeah. So this is Black Powder Mine. This is the 3rd chamber of Boss Rush. And I think the first boss will be Cannon Balrog? Yeah, Cannon Balrog. So Cannon Balrog is can be kind of annoying because they teleport and they're invincible for certain parts. Guns in the deep, Cannon Balrog. And you kind of just have to deal with that. Luckily, when they did the Advanced Gungeons and Dragons update, they actually made it so that they can't use the invincibility attack more than twice in battle, I think. Also, I mistimed my dodge roll to the side there to try and avoid the waves coming from the rebounds. But with this, you know, you stay a certain distance away. He's not moving towards you, so it's fairly easy to avoid. This is where he goes invincible, and I think he still gets damaged by poison and fire over time. But with this, you just want to kind of keep an eye out for where his glowing eyes are and dodge roll away from, or actually dodge roll towards where the bullets are coming from. So yeah, just, you know, keep those principles in mind and keep avoiding them. It's a lot more difficult when he's moving towards you because then the bullets can overlap, and that is, you know, one of the more trickier parts about these bosses, that they do often have overlapping patterns when it comes to their... So here is an annoying one because the pattern is kind of random, but you can avoid it as long as you've got the space and the maneuverability. And that's Cannon Balrog done. Not flawlessly, but well. So there we go. Bundle of Wands, nice. Save that for later. Yeah, let's stick with Pox Cannon for the time being. So this one should be Treadnought. Yeah, Treadnought. Good old tanky boys. Execution Tank, Treadnought. So, with Treadnought, what you want to do is you actually want to abuse the fact that it can only move in straight lines. And you've also got pillars in the stage to help you with that. So all you need to do is just, you know, avoid getting too close to them, dodge roll to the side if necessary, avoid the exploding guns and bullets, but they will turn into extra bulletkin, as you can see there. So you need to keep an eye on those. There we go. But yeah, the fact that the Treadnought can only move in 90-degree angles is your biggest boon for this. Ooh, I got stuck on the wall. Ooh. Getting a bit dicey here, and I'm not using my blanks when I should be. At least the Pox Cannon does push the bulletkin away. So yeah, just, you know, keep going in a circle strafe pattern. The tank does blow up some of the pillars as the fight progresses, but that's just something you'll have to deal with. With this, I mean, you know, it's fairly self-explanatory. The pattern is not too difficult. I think I'll switch to a different weapon. Yeah, Gunslinger Ashes. So the Gunslinger Ashes actually does a lot more damage if they're able to run into the, you know, the liches, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, just, you know, just stay patient. Keep moving away as far as you can. Dodge roll when necessary, because it will be necessary at certain points. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to switch weapons to Bundle of Wands. As always, in Enter the Gungeon, the quality of your weapons determines how quickly you can beat bosses, because the better the weapon, the less time you spend at the boss, the more likely you are to get a flawless or master round run of that boss. But I think I'm pretty close. Yeah, there we go. And that should be the master round for the 3rd floor. There we go. Let's see. Moon. That's the gamma ray. So there we go. Let's see. Yeah, why not? Might come in handy later. So I'm going to stick with Bundle of Wands for the time being. And the next boss should be Mind Flayer, I believe? Yeah, Mind Flayer. Cthulhu boy. Yeah, I've been getting a bit unlucky with drops. A sinister bell rings. But that's mainly because, well, actually, I don't know. Just being unlucky with RNG. 7-leaf clover doesn't help out with drops, only with the quality of chests. So with Mind Flayer, you kind of want to stay below him, as with other bosses, because if you're looking down on him, it's a lot more difficult to judge his attacks. Here, you're trying to identify the correct bell to kill, and I think turning them into chickens actually helps as well. And yeah, you just want to avoid the C4 that he'll shoot out. They do tend to just go around in a circle, I find. So you just, you know, stay a certain distance away and you should be okay. This attack here is more annoying because it swings down. So if you stay towards the bottom of the stage during that attack, you're more likely to avoid getting hit at all. Okay, so, yep, that's that done. So yeah, you just kind of need to keep going. Keep pummeling him when he's not actively attacking you. Oh, need to swap. That's going to explode. Ugh. Let's try Pulse Cannon. Ooh. Man, I'm not doing well. This isn't really going to work for a how-to video, is it? It's just going to be a demonstration of this is how you can kill Mind Flayer. Oh well. One little pip of damage left to go. You don't want to kill too many of those bells at once because that can cause problems with overlapping bullets. But there's Mind Flayer defeated. Yeah, maybe it is karma that I'm not getting good drops. I don't know. But yeah. So there's Mind Flayer defeated. Now, this is a secret boss of the 3rd floor, and you don't often get a chance to practice fighting them. It's the Door Lord. Basically a mimic boss. And I'm surprised they put a mimic boss in the game, but I guess they thought it was funny. So the reason why, again, Hidden Threat Door Lord is hard to beat is because you don't actually fight him that much, and I'll admit I don't really have good strategies on how to beat him. It's just kind of avoiding laser attacks and fire breath and, you know, circle strafing. The laser breath, the laser attacks are okay. These ones are a little bit more tricky to avoid because, again, it's like the Mind Flayer in that you need to avoid the swing to the side. But heading to a corner usually helps with that. Let's see. In the middle. So he's going to do a big explosion. So with these ones, you just kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Let's blank. It's worth blanking for that one because it is annoying to deal with. With this, it's kind of the same principle as the Beholster. You want to just dodge to the other side of where it's coming from. Make sure you don't get caught out by the fire on the floor. Keep heading to a corner, and then you can circle strafe around. In terms of mimics, there's a mimic chest, mimic wall, mimic weapon. Why not mimic boss? I suppose. Eventually there'll be like, oh, I guess this is the mimic door, but you know, mimic shopkeeper, mimic, what else would there be? Mimic shopkeeper, mimic keys, mimic ammo, mimic hearts, because that would be really annoying to face. Let's see. Yeah, let's use crossbow. Getting very sloppy with this run, but I think I should have some hearts to recover for the 4th floor. There we go, and that is Door Lord defeated. Okay. Hearts. Ghost bullets. Let's recover some health. Mimic rooms, mimic levels, levers. Yeah, just make everything a mimic, why not? Alright, let's... Yeah, you know what? Let's stick with crossbow and gunslinger's ashes for the next bit. Also, apologies for having a couple of dropped frames earlier. I'm not sure what was going on with OBS there. Okay, so we're in the hollow. This is the 4th floor. And the first boss here will be the Wallmonger. And this is where the Gunslinger's Ashes are going to come in quite handy, actually, because the Wallmonger will automatically move towards you. And he'll close the room in while doing so. So the trick to the Wallmonger, again, is not to panic. Demon Mortar looked very terrifying. But the trick is not to panic. You just dodge roll towards him at certain points. And that is mainly because, you know... Oh, what? What's going on? Oh, goddamn. I did not even see what hit me. Basically, you just avoid, you know... for this bit, you stay on one side, you dodge roll... I think I've actually blocked his attack somehow. Huh. Weird. Yeah, that's actually messing me up for the patterns because it's changing. I think the Gunslinger's Ashes has a synergy that slows him down. Does freezing bullets or something. Huh. Oh well. That's Wallmonger defeated. Sorry about that, it's not really a good strategy. Just have the synergy for Gunslinger's Ashes, I guess. And Boxing Glove. That is actually useless because I can't use it on bosses. Right, so let's see. Yeah, we'll use crossbow for the next bit. Okay, next boss of the 4th floor. I forget who it is actually. Oh, it's High Priest. Okay. So High Priest is annoying because the walls of the room attack you and not just High Priest himself. First of the order, the 7th hand of Caliber. So you can already see there's bullets flying from behind me there. And that's annoying. Kind of the same principle here as Cannon Balrog. You want to dodge roll towards where the bullets are coming from so you don't get hit by them as they expand out. This is fine. You just hit the skulls and they'll explode into bullets. Just make sure you got a bit of free space to do that. Again, random pattern attacks. Just avoid stuff coming from behind you on the wall because, again, that can take you by surprise. I didn't dodge roll there when I should have. Let's see. Dodge roll towards. Dodge roll towards. Man, I'm not doing well on this. So when he lifts his hood, that means he's going to shoot a shot that's going to charge at you. Again, you just dodge roll towards it, and it'll go behind you and leave you be. I think if you're playing turbo mode, that is a lot more difficult to avoid. But yeah, so let's keep going. So High Priest, as you can probably tell, is kind of annoying just for the reason of the walls do attack you from the sides. Because otherwise the attacks are not that bad. They're not like immensely difficult to avoid. They don't overlap with each other that badly. Like it's fairly simple. So just keep you cool. Keep circle strafing around. Let's go this way. I think if I had some decent weapons, I'd be able to do this flawlessly. But oh well. Let's poison him. Ah, see. So that red shot there managed to actually circle around me, and that's why it hit me on the way back. So I think if you delay dodge rolling towards it, you will get clipped by it eventually. So he has a couple of waves of that kind of attack, but it's fine. It should be fairly easy to avoid. Also, you might notice that when he, you know, moves around the room, he's got like the image of a fairy. And that's kind of like a hint at, you know, his powers have been granted by Aghanim. Okay, so a little bit low in health, but we should be able to do it. Okay, partially eaten cheese. Here we go. So the partially eaten cheese gives you invincibility, so that makes the rest of this... it should be okay. Maybe not perfect, but it should be okay. And I believe the last boss of the 4th floor is going to be Kill Pillars. Here we go. You get more Caliber lore eventually during this fight. Nice and glowy. They look very intimidating, must say. Hearts of Stone, kill pillars. They're a weapon check for me, says Big Harry. If you have a bad weapon, you will die. Well, luckily for me, I have the partially eaten cheese, and that just gives you invincibility when you're using it. Need to keep an eye on the cooldown for it, mind, but yeah, there we go. So with this phase, you just kind of want to head towards a corner of the room if you can. This phase, you want to try and bypass them when you can. Luckily, they don't all shoot bullets at the same time. So I use a blank to get out of that there. I'm going to use partially eaten cheese just to avoid getting hit there. With this kind of clock move attack, you know, you want to stay in the center and then just dodge roll out when the jammed bullets are coming towards you. But yeah, I mean, this is okay. Pox Cannon's not a particularly great weapon, but it's doing okay on this fight. You know, just dodge, weave from side to side. They do give you distance. So here you get like the clock rotation, and you just dodge roll around and around. And that's another one done. One more to go. And then this is actually the easiest part of the fight, because all you have to do is dodge roll towards the attack. And just follow up with bullets whenever you can. I'm going to use partially eaten cheese to speed this up a bit, but yeah, you just dodge roll towards it after it's landed. And that is kill pillars defeated. Okay, master round. Demon hand. More health, always good. Alright, so that is 4th floor done, and now we're moving on to the 5th floor for boss rush mode. Yeah, I always found it a bit strange they don't actually have all the bosses in boss rush mode. Maybe they'll add that in the final update, I'm not sure. So for this, what should we use? I've only got 88 bullets for that, so I guess it'll be Demon Hand for the time being. So obviously the boss of the 5th floor never changes. It is the dragon. And the advanced dragon if you're doing that as well, but again, that's not always guaranteed for me, so. But this is always guaranteed, the dragon of the 5th floor. The Forge. Ancient and Venerable. So the strategy for the advanced dragon is just to kind of hit him as hard as you can, as quickly as you can. You weave from side to side for those bullet attacks there. You have a fire attack from the side here. I hate this attack. I normally just blank if I can. And I would recommend other people do that as well, because it is incredibly difficult to keep an eye on what's going on there. But everything else is actually fairly standard to avoid. I've got partially eaten cheese now, but let's keep an eye on this bazooka. You just dodge roll in towards where the bazooka originated from. Fire breath is easy to avoid. You just move from side to side, weave in and out. Dodge roll when you need to. Dodge roll towards him when you can. So I'm going to use my partially eaten cheese to avoid this. This part of the fight, you can dodge and dive and duck and weave in between the flames, but I don't like it. So I just blank it if I can. He does have another move that he hasn't used yet. It's sticking knives into the wall. He might use it in a bit. There we go. You want to take out these knives as quickly as possible because, again, bullet overlap is what will cause you to take damage. So I'm going to focus on doing these now. Alright, let's see. Do I want to use another blank? Yeah, I want to use another blank. Yeah, he's got some bouncing bazooka guns, so I'm just going to use partially eaten cheese to avoid that. Invincibility weapons and items really help out with all bosses, especially when you're going for Lead God. But just knowing which attacks are easy to avoid, that you don't need to, dodge roll or use a blank on, really helps out quite a bit. And, when it comes to a game like this, like I said before, the difficulty of the fights is dependent on your resources. I think I might have figured out another thing to avoid that fire breath attack, actually. It's just sticking towards the bottom of the stage. So, dodge roll in. Alright, let's switch to Pox Cannon. Partially eaten cheese is ready to go. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, just hug the bottom wall, duh. Yeah, I guess I've never really thought about it that much. So with this, you just want to find the gaps and dodge roll through them. On your first go to the dragon, this looks incredibly intimidating, but they do give you plenty of time and leeway to do that. And yeah, it's just, you know, keep you cool, pick your spots, and you're fine. And you can also use your invincibility items in this part of the phase. But yeah, you just, you know, I've found it a little bit tricky sometimes aiming this with a controller. I imagine doing it on keyboard and mouse might be a lot easier because you just aim to where you need to dodge roll towards. But yeah, you know, you take your opportunity to hit the dragon's heart when you can. Oh, I need to go all the way across here. Using a blank here does not clear the entire screen of bullets, and I was very disappointed to find that out when I found it out. I might do it the next like flame bullet phase we get if we get another one. But yeah, it just clears out a certain section. Alright, and that is boss rush done. Wasn't done with Lead God, which is kind of what I wanted, but hopefully these have been useful tips for people to take for doing bosses. So yeah, cool. Alright, return to the breach, and we will give the resourceful rat another go. And I'll be able to stop doing this weird talking to people as if they're not watching live gimmick. So yeah, pilot once more. I still can't believe I got the 7-leaf clover on boss rush. That's useless. You know what would have been useful for? Doing it now. Doing resourceful rat now. I'm half wondering if I shouldn't have picked it up, but nah, I don't think it affects RNG of the items you get in the next run. So, Keeper the Lead Lord. Back to good old normal time. So, I should point out that, again, I've played this quite a lot. And I have done turbo mode, I've done the blast mode. Still haven't actually completed challenge mode. And I think that's just because of the modifiers on the dragon, where you get high stress and he gets his advanced moveset. Wow, wall mimic, really? Okay. Also, another thing I want the developers to do with this game is to make killing wall mimics actually rewarding, because there is you get nothing for doing that. He just took a piece of health from me and that's it. Harry says that the single leaf clover didn't drop for me a single time. I thought I read somewhere that after the first time you unlock it, you're supposed to get a bigger chance of actually unlocking it on your next run. I don't think that was ever confirmed at all, but at least that's what I heard. And it does make sense. It's kind of like, hey, you satisfied the requirements to unlock this super cool item. You should be able to get to use it during your next run. But I guess 7-leaf clover would make that way too strong. You know, just like snowballing all of your chests afterwards. Okie dokie, so just clear this room out. This room generation in particular is actually really annoying on challenge mode because there is such a tight space to try and work in. Hey, free chest. Sweet. Ooh, cigarettes. Wow. If I can find something that gives me invincibility, that may become very useful. Alright, we'll keep an eye on you. Need to find the oubliette door first. But yeah, cigarettes, that'd be handy. Okay, what we got? Plague pistol, cell creep. Do I want to buy another key? Yeah, I want to buy another key no matter what, don't I? Okay, so this is the oubliette room, so keep everybody on the left-hand side if I can. And nope, not yet. Almost done. It's really annoying when you find this room here and you have enemies that are pointing towards you instantly. Wow, another chest. Cool. What's that? Hey, battery bullets. That's pretty decent. It's always annoying when you find this room and there are enemies pointed towards you straight away, and the bullets that they fire as you come in towards the room is aimed towards you, and that is next to a water barrel, and then it explodes it instantly. I hate doing that. I hate that. Kind of wish it never happened, but You know, you deal with the cards you're dealt with. Okay, so we got a brown chest on the floor. And we have another room. I think the oubliette room is to my left now. So, let's see. Do you reckon there's going to be another chest, a good chest on the floor? Because there's a brown chest. I don't think they often do 2 brown chests on a floor, because that would be terrible RNG. At least since Advanced Guns and Dragons, they've not done it so that it's incredibly unfair like that. So, there we go. Someone's lucky, with cigarettes even luckier. Yeah. Let's see. Again, cigarettes is good if you've got the health to recover from the debilitating effects of smoking. Or, like I said before, invincibility, which just completely negates it. Come on. There we go. Alright, so... There we go. Huh. Well then. Literally just talking about not having 2 brown chests on the same floor. Interesting. Well, give it a go. Ah. Oh well. Worth a shot. Let's get some junk out of it. At least I can sell the junk. Am I going to get another key? Let's try the boss and see if I get another key. If not, we'll move on. Come on, Trigger Twins. Come at me, bros. Double tap, Trigger Twin. I wonder where, like, the inspiration for triangular sunglasses came from. Because I'm pretty sure it's a, you know, a reference to Gurren Lagann. Basically, Kamina wears those triangular shaped sunglasses. Well, I guess they're just glasses for him, but you know, it's just a very prevalent, like, you know, piece of accessories, I guess. You know, I think, you know, the Squirtle, that is the leader of the Squirtle squad, wears those triangular glasses as well. So it's one of those, it's like Akira, you know, the motorbike slide. That gets referenced in loads of different animation, you know, whether it's a film or if it's an episode of a cartoon or something like that. People love using that as, like, reference material. And they should, because Akira is a great made animation film. But it kind of highlights, like, almost a lack of creativity from them to say, huh, we are going to kind of copy this animation almost shot for shot rather than, you know, do something a bit unique. But at least, you know, people get what they're referencing. It'd be worse if they were referencing something that was, like, super niche and then nobody got it. There we go. Okay, yay, got a key. I also got ammo, which I can't use. Now I can. Okay, so I guess let's waste the key on this. Enraging photo. Ah, well, now that I got some cigarettes, I can use and get the health back. Ooh, I can use it again. Okay, so for coolness, I'm gonna leave that key. I don't need it. Wait, is it you get 1 coolness per cigarette use? Is that right? Or am I misjudging that? Also, I want to go to the oubliette. I do not want to go downstairs. Where is the oubliette? It is there. Alrighty. 1 coolness per use. Okay, cool. Cool. I think in Mod the Gungeon you can apply a mod that just tells you what your curse and coolness is at. I kind of wish they had like that as a mode in the main game here. Like, you know, I've got speedrun mode on at the moment so I can see how long I'm taking. But it'd be nice to see curse and coolness. And I get that's supposed to be like secret hidden attributes, but still. Knowing whether picking up this item will, you know, cause Lord of the Jam to spawn would be nice, but... So, let's get money. Is that clear? That's clear. Cool. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. So, for anyone that doesn't know, coolness is used to generate room drops. So I got a key there. That was probably due to the increased coolness factor I have. It also governs, you know, when you get chests on room drops. Just, you know, general increase to recharge time on your active items. So the lockpicks I have will recharge quicker. I'm not sure what else it governs. I think maybe the effects of weapons that have a chance to trigger more often if you've got more coolness. Well, I'm not 100% on that. I think maybe something else governs that, but oh well. I think you don't get more money with more coolness. You do get more money with more curse. I think that was a way of balancing out, like, oh, what if I do a high curse run versus a high coolness run? Not that you can kind of go for a high coolness run unless you've got something that influences it. Another key. Thank you. Coolness only increases the trigger effect on the Vorpal gun. Okay. Vampire. Well. Vampire it is. I wasted that. Why did I waste that? I'm an idiot. Oh well. I am actually a muppet. I don't know why I did that. I was supposed to use the vampire first, then get the heart, but... oh well. Hopefully I'll get some more heart pieces later on. Coolness working for us. I'll leave you for a bit, in case there's another chest that pops up. Trap rooms! Okay. Hate trap rooms. There is a way of getting through trap rooms without any damage whatsoever, but screw me if I know how to do it for particular rooms. I think probably the easiest way to do it is just, you know, blank and then deal with the empty room, but still. I know, it's mega salt, really. I'm just, like, I'm salty because not only did I waste the heart on the vampire, I wasted it on clearing out the trap room. Ah, well. I'll get over it. I'll get over it if I get some good items for the rat run. Dum 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 dum. Oh yeah, also, another tip that I think is useful for people to know when they're trying to play Enter the Gungeon is don't be afraid of using your good items. Like, at the moment, I've only got the pilot starter pistol and the judge, and I'm using the judge to clear out all these rooms here, but it would be a lot more tedious for me to try doing it with the pilot starter pistol, and also I would probably take more damage. Because enemies would just take longer to kill and everything, so don't be afraid of using your good weapons. Because it's an interesting mindset to get out of, like, I've got a good weapon, I really need to conserve the ammo for it for when I get to a boss. But actually, the majority of this game is about clearing rooms, it's not about clearing bosses. I mean, yeah, the starting pistol is garbage, and anything instead of the starting pistol is good. But, like, now, I could save my gunbow for the boss, but using it to clear this room is better, in my opinion, just because it clears stuff out much quicker. And, you know, you can always find ammo drops later on. So let's see, where are we at? You can buy them from the shop, they can be drops, so... I think, is ammo more likely to drop than health? Because it does feel like that sometimes. Ooh. Okay. So, what we got? This is boss. I've got a key I can open. You. Well then, a mustache, familiar face. Yeah, there's no more health stuff. Alrighty, well, off to Blobbylord. Okay. So I guess I might try and do a how to beat Blobbylord video kind of thing here. Okay, so we're in the oubliette, and this is the Blobbylord. Interesting lore behind this big squishy red creature. There's some notes you can find in the game that just say there's a Blobbylonian army. 4-star general, so he is a general in the Blobbylonian army. So with Blobbylord, you just want to kind of keep your distance. He's got some bouncing bullets. Those are easy to avoid if you circle straight away. If he does a jump like this, he splits into several pieces, so you just kind of weave inside if you can. Watch for them coming back to work together because you can get hit on the way back in. With this, it's like the Beholster's eye laser. You just want to dodge to the side, you know, where it's coming from to give you a bit of opportunity to move and maneuver around. For this one, you just stay as far away as you can because you can dodge in between the gaps. Here, you want to dodge roll in. Watch out for stuff. There you go. Got clicked on the way back. So, just kind of keep your distance. This will also... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm doing so horribly on Blobbylord. He's one of the easiest bosses. Yeah, maybe I won't do like a how-to on this one. There's a very high chance I'm going to die here. Just blank to be safe. See, that's a trap I'm falling into, is that blanks regenerate on every floor. You shouldn't be scared of using them. But I just never really want to take my thumb away from the controller to use a blank. There we go. Whew, that was closer than it should have been. Let's get Jimmy credits. Get some health. Rubida. Oh no, dueling laser. Alright. Well, we've got 102 coins. We can buy the Nord key. Yeah. Whew. You have been an annoying cat, you know. You have been sat on my lap the entire time, and you've been stopping me from moving my arms every now and then. And yes, that is salt. Alright, blow you away. I think, because I'm low on gunbow ammo, I actually will have to stick with pilot starting pistol for a bit. Finally, a chest. There we go. Ah, that's useful. Gas mask can help out with the resourceful rat's poison trap phase. So yeah. Ooh. Almost got clipped on the bounce. I'm just waiting for a leaden maiden to spawn in and then have to switch to the gunbow. Okie dokie. Moving on. See, even though the starting pistol of the pilot is pretty terrible, you can kill enemies in a clip or less. So that is useful for trying to conserve ammo. Although this one is a confirmed, so he's a bit more durable. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. Let's replenish the judge. And we'll be able to zap someone with a dueling laser. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Pilot's pistol. Whoop. Just dodge from side to side. Dodge from side to side. Okay, so shopkeeper. I actually can't buy it yet. And the vampire again, really? Huh. Well, I can't. Oh, actually. No, don't buy it. Nord key first. Nord key first. Yeah, RNG, not great. Not great in my favor today. Oh well. Part of the fun of Enter the Gungeon is overcoming adversity, so even though you started off with a terrible run, being able to clutch it out is a very satisfying feeling. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so let's replenish you. And back to the starting pistol. Oh, I actually need to reload. That was terrible. Make sure you enter the room with a fully loaded gun, because otherwise you will have a bad time. Alright, so blue chest. We will buy the key now. And we'll leave the blue chest for the time being. See if there's a better chest I want to hold a key on for. Ooh. Break the targets, win a prize. I'm really surprised that I managed to not only ace Winchester's game, but also get Lead God on the first time I streamed Enter the Gungeon. It was just one of those things where it, you know, perfectly fell into place, and I was like, oh wow. How did that happen? I didn't even try to do that, and it just ended up happening. So let's wait for those to get murdered. Yep. Glass goo on stone, that's handy, I guess. Okay, just zap you. Dun dun dun. Is this going to be the chest? Really? Another trap room? Okay. Charge! I was too late on the second dodge roll. And I needed to do that room because I need to get to the boss. Ah, game. Why do you do this? Alright, so... Ooh. Clear you out, okay. Harry says, usually I just restart the game if I didn't get good loot on the first floor. Well, I'm getting pretty close to it. I am getting pretty close to it. Like, you don't want to, you know, get into the habit of just quick restarting because you didn't get a black or red chest on the first floor, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, is there even any point carrying on if I don't have that? Hey, payday. Well, this could turn things around. It won't, but it could. Alright, so that's for the Abbey of the True Gun. I think I'm going to have to buy the health. Yeah. And is it worth it on a blue chest? Lockpick. Worthless. Okay. Alrighty, so we have Gunbow and Judge. So let's go for Judge first, I think. And it's Gorgon, that's fine. Yeah, if you don't get good loot on the first floor, why bother carrying on? I don't know, I mean, it seems a bit weird to try and game the RNG so much that you like, well, if I don't get a good weapon or a good gun on the first floor, I'm not going to play the rest of the game, because at that point, you might as well just kind of, you know, buy the PC version and mod the game and just make sure that you get a good drop. Part of the fun I find in these types of games is, you know, the overcoming adversity and making do with the best of what you got. In fact, I saw an argument on Twitter earlier today about someone not enjoying RNG mechanics, and it's kind of like, well, that's part of the fun, really. So let's get you and Judge or Gunbow. I think Judge. Like, even now, I know that this run has not been the best, but if I can overcome it, you know, it's worth a shot. And not just because I'm, you know, I'm streaming it live for people to watch. It's just like, yeah, I can prove I can do this. It speaks to my skill as a player to try this. Alright, full health. Cool, cool. I do that in Darkest Dungeon. I don't need to overcome every hardship in every game. Fair enough. I can agree with that. I do actually have Darkest Dungeon as well. But since it's on the PlayStation 4, I've kind of like been, the control scheme isn't the greatest. Mainly because to do certain actions, you have to hold a combination of different buttons. And that's not to say that Darkest Dungeon is not a good game, because it is. It's just the functionality of how you interact with the UI in the game itself is just like a bit funky for me. And honestly, it's a game made for keyboard and mouse. So if you're not playing it on keyboard and mouse, you're not really playing it the way it was intended. I mean, I think the Switch version has touchscreen controls, which can work quite well. But yeah, on PlayStation 4 and probably Xbox One, if it's on there, it doesn't work great. And that's even with me playing Radiant mode as well. So that's the version that's supposed to be, you know, not necessarily easier, but more streamlined at least. Alright, let's see. Take care of you. Ooh, mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Is that a blue chest? I don't think that's worth it for a blue chest. I suppose getting more curse will actually help with money, but nah, I'm not sure. Alright, we've got a green chest. Actually, the blue chest on here doesn't have a lock on, does it? Yeah, shot grub. That's okay. Not amazing, but it's okay. Right, back to Judge, I think. Keep an eye on that green chest. That's the other thing, is that... Oh, wow. The other thing is, I don't tend to find red or black chests all that often. And I suppose you could say, alright, green chest is like the minimum of what you want to go for, but... Even brown chests have decent stuff in. Like, if you get Potion of Lead Skin, or, you know, you get a chest that has armor or a key inside that you can, you know, it basically gives back what you spent to get the chest. That always is a good move, I would say. Let's go. Ooh, Cursed Boy. Excuse you. Yeah, brown or blue chest will kind of do. I don't know. I'm kind of just rambling on at the moment. Alright. Still good on ammo, I think, for everything else, so keep going with that. Need to find that hatch, though. Don't think I've gone into the room with the rats. So let's see. So, how much curse does getting the chest in the mirror give you? Because I'm seeing a couple of jammed enemies already. And I thought it only gave you like 1 or 2 points. See, this is the type of game that kind of almost requires having a wiki open just to double check what everything does. Like, what does opening a chest in the mirror do? It gives you 3 points of curse. That'd be handy to know if you had like 6 or above. Alright. Rats? Any rats? No rats? Ooh. Get rid of the Killithids. Hey. I can save that piece for later. Get some more coolness. Ooh, Amulet of the Pit Lord is a very good item to have for myself. And I'll keep an eye on that key as well. Ah, here we go. Here's the rats. So, the hatch will be somewhere in here. Okay. Alright, where are you, hatch? Where are you, hatch? Where are you? Ah, here you are. Okay, so that's the hatch uncovered. Use the key so I don't forget. Keep an eye on the key later on. There's the door. Let's go this way. Actually, before I go any further, I should probably buy the key now and then worry about. In case it's got a fuse on the chest, because I have been cursed, so that could happen. So go around here. I suppose, because Resourceful Rat is probably going to do a lot of damage to me, having the Enraging Photo is not actually a bad strategy. Just keep moseying on along. Moseying on along. You've got even worse weapons than last time. I kind of do. Like, I've got coolness, but that's about it. So, blue chest with... what's the other chest? Green chest. Green chest. Ugh. I don't even want to pick this up. I'm not going to. Devolver rounds are terrible. I hate them. And, of course, you're locked. For anyone that doesn't know, Devolver rounds cause enemies to devolve into an easier state. But the problem with that is that they keep full health when they do that. So that is, yeah, one of the worst items to get. Okay, so Pit Lord takes 42. Yeah, I think I've cleared everything out. Alright, well, let's try da boss. See if I can get a better weapon. Doubt it, but we'll see. Zapper, maybe? Light gun, rather. Yeah, we'll try this. Judge can be useful for... oh, is it Cannon Barrow? Judge can be useful for freezing them, I think. I might save Zapper for the Resourceful Rat. Or maybe Gunbow. Yeah, Gunbow probably would work better. Dum-de-dum. Thank you, Judge, for exploding and giving them different effects. Slowing them down. So dodge roll towards. Dodge roll towards. Oh, ho, ho. Woo. Whoa! I don't know how I managed to avoid getting hit 3 times there. But no messed around for me. Well, this will be a challenge anyway. Come on, Judge. Really? Invincible again? Whoop. There we go. Okay. Good weapon, good weapon. Good weapon. Chance bullets? Okay. Alright, well, that might work. Let's see. What else can I get? Yeah, you know what? There we go. So, 2 keys. I don't think there's any more secret walls, but we'll have a double check. Aha, there is. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot. I am an absolute moron. I can't believe I did that. I actually can't believe I did that. Fuck. So for those that can't tell, I can't get to the Resourceful Rat now. Because I used a blank to open up the secret room. And there wasn't another blank inside. Fuck. Maybe the Mimic will drop a key? Oh. Gun boots, they go down well. Try opening this. Cogger battle? Nope. Nothing in the chests. I also spent the money, so I can't even buy the armor. Fuck. I'm a moron. I'm just an actual moron. I can't do anything now. Right. I don't have any weapons or items that can be sold. Because there's no one to sell them to. So I can't generate a blank effect. I could if I had the money to buy this armor. But I don't have anything to sell. The vampire was on the last floor as well. So I could have just sold my health towards that. Fuck. This happened to me today just with the key. Oh, I feel, oh, you can tell what I'm going through then. Oh. What to do, what to do. I don't think I have any other options. I can't buy another blank because there's not one in the shop, and if there was, it'd be too expensive. I can't sell anything to get the armor piece because that would work. I wouldn't kill the second phase of the rat anyway. Yeah, maybe. These weapons are not great. Nothing else there gives explosive or blank effects. Not even my partner does that because he's got a shotgun. Like, I don't think that counts either way, but... you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna smoke myself to death. There we go. Killed by smoking. It's hazardous to your health. You know what? That's actually put me off playing today. Oh man. We've been going for a couple of hours, so I think I will probably call it a day there. Man, I'm just so annoyed with myself. Fuck. Oh well. Yeah, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. It's only 2 hours, but that's usually how long we go for. We might be able to stream a little bit later today. I think someone was asking about us playing Spyro earlier, and we might play that, but it depends on Pimmsy getting back from her assessment today and being in a good mood. Because if she's not, then she'll probably just want to, I don't know, flop out, not do anything, not have to worry about anything. But yeah. Okay, so I think that's going to wrap it up for me. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed, well, my misery and my pathetic attempts at trying to explain how to kill bosses flawlessly and then not actually doing it. You can follow us on twitch.tv/RiggyRob, and you can subscribe to us on twitch.tv/RiggyRob, as we have Harry here watching us as a subscriber and just like, yeah, enjoying the misery. You can catch up on our streams on YouTube at RiggyRob and Pimmsy Play. I'm just going to put a link to that in the chat now. If you search for RiggyRob on YouTube, we should come up, assuming YouTube does its job properly. And I will post some videos of Enter the Gungeon of how to beat the bosses, I think, in case they work well. But yeah, not sure. Just have to wait and see, I guess. And then we've also got Discord and Twitter you can join us on, just to get notified when we go live, and if we're not going live on Twitter and stuff like that. So, and yeah, like I mentioned, the other streams we do Spyro, we do Dark Souls, we do Xenoblade 2. I'm debating whether to do Wargroove on Wednesdays, because that releases on Friday. And I think I'll play that on Sunday. And then after that, we'll do Wargroove Wednesdays. I think that'll be fun. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all next time.